to tell you the story, how it was done, how it was conceptualized, how it was implemented, and how it became a vibrant art institution. We call it not only a museum, right from the beginning it was planned as a culture center. So the whole journey she is the best person to describe. I'll see few things in the background. When government of Bihar, our chief minister, when it was planned that we should have a good museum, world-class international level museum infrastructure to showcase our history, heritage and culture. Most of you may be knowing that Patliputra was once capital of India, and that time India was bigger than what it is today. And we had those dynasties, famous dynasties, Maurya, Nand, and we had personalities like Chanakya, Chandragupta. So we were on zenith of art, culture, heritage. We had Nalanda University, Vikramshila, where people from many countries, they used to come for higher education. We had all that. From all that, the journey, you will know the journey of India and Bihar. Then our government realized that our generation, next generation, young population should know about the glorious history and heritage and should get inspired by that. So with that in background, we planned this Bihar Museum. And when we started doing this, then we also realized and found and we were surprised to see that though India has such a great history, old history, unfortunately after independence, no real museum infrastructure of international level, world-class infrastructure could come either from Government of India or from any state government. So we found that there is a gap at the national level. So let us fill that gap. And we are very clear that it has to be a real good one so that we can get international exhibition, develop international relations. We can conduct seminars, we can get people and discuss, create a platform. So that was a gap that we also plan to fill. So if you want to create something like that and if museums are not made in last 50, 60 years, then you have variety of problems. Problem is you don't have a museum concept planner. You don't have many architects who have done museums, modern museums in India. You don't have fabricators. You don't have vendors for art materials or many materials. Like you want to get showcases. Nobody was making of that standard in India. If you want to do good quality of light, air conditioning. So, because museums were not made, so all these problems were there. We had to, luckily, we got lot cultural resources as our concept consultant and Batul was getting that in India. So from there the partnership started. So they brought all those, it was easier. Like, suppose when we have to select an architect, see, they did the canvassing, more than I think, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 architects. They showed interest and out of that we shortlisted 5. And from 5, those 5 made a detailed presentation. But they were not knowing in India what is international jury. How people will have faith that the selection will be transparent. Those were challenges. So we had an international jury and our chief secretary was chairing that jury, but he didn't have a voting right. So experts had voting rights. The museum planners had voting right, artists, whoever were selected as jury, most of them were from outside government, they had voting rights. So they selected the architect. That's why all these architects were able to get all of them. And we had that time the system of 70-30, 70% of what all you have done, your technical evaluation, and 30% financial, how much fee you are charging. So in technical we got Norman Foster. So he was number 1, Maki was number 2. But when we opened that financial, then Maki became number 1. And that I remember when there was argument, this Norman Foster was telling that he's creating a very futuristic thing, a huge building with very nice roof, That roof is like a egg tray, those holes, and so the light will come like this. the air will float like this and all that. I said, but for seeing all that, I have to give them a helicopter ride. I cannot give them a helicopter ride in 100 rupees or whatever fee I decide. So, but anyway, and that was published in some architecture magazines and we got feedback and all that. I'm very happy with Maki because we had said few things, in the beginning itself. We simple, elegant building. It should fit in Patna, in the local milieu. Thirdly, it's a very noisy city. So we wanted, people were coming to museum, so that level of sound and all that should come down drastically. And people should feel welcome. But not, a huge building and you're so afraid how to go but here you feel welcome. So the whole museum is ground plus one. And the style is campus. It's like I'm approaching her presentation. So I will stop now. It has been a very nice experience. We got because of the good concept consultant, we good architect, very good, an Indian partner also very nice, Rahul Gore from Mumbai and his wife. Then they brought fabricators. Fabricators also we took the best, which was what was available globally. They were from Singapore. Then for branding, communication, we again took the best one. And one good thing with that I will end, that all these people who were partner in making of Bihar Museum, they still continue to be partner. We are not paying them now in real sense, But because they all got that type of ownership and involvement, and they got benefited also, let me tell, because they created Bihar Museum. So if they want something else to do, they have an example to do, They don't have to prove their credentials only by, 10-page bio or something. They just go and see Bihar Museum. So that was a very, very interesting journey and very enriching journey for Bihar. And now it's one of our main branding exercise. It has changed the local economy. I'm not saying it is Bilbao, it has become Bilbao. But it is slowly. And we also are slow. We don't want those type of drastic things. So if you see, tomorrow you will see another exhibition here, one exhibition on making of Bihar Museum. So that gives you the whole thing. And how, after Bihar Museum, how Patna is becoming a city of museum. Not many museums are coming. And Bihar Museum is also supporting other states, whoever is coming, because now we have a template. You can take our template and you don't reinvent the wheel. You know many things, how it can be done or how it was done. With that introduction, I invite Batul now to tell you the story.